Good afternoon, I'm Ivy Kamal and this is your 3 p.m. Bulletin. Philip Hammond has abolished stamp duty for the majority of first-time buyers as a fact of his second budget. The Chancellor wants to focus on improving the housing crisis and says he wants to make chances of being a homeowner a reality, not just a dream. The budget is aimed at the younger generation more and hopefully offer Britain a brighter future. Luke Henry spoke to the property expert Jonathan Rees to find out more.
Could you explain stamp duty for those of us who don't know what it is?
Yes, the full title is Stamp Duty Land Tax. It goes to the government and it is basically for rubber stamping a document, in this case a conveyance of a property, freehold or leasehold.
How do you think the changes to the stamp duty will affect first-time buyers in Southampton?
Many first-time buyers will benefit from yesterday's move. The problem, however, may be that it'll feed through to increasing demand, a limited supply, and prices may well rise accordingly. So ultimately it benefits the existing homeowners, not necessarily first-time buyers.
The new Southampton flag has flown for the first time today in a ceremony outside the Civic Centre. Portswood Primary School pupil Year 1 Han designed the flag, which features the Hampshire Rose and an anchor. When asked how hard it was to design the flag, here's what he had to say.
Not too hard, because when we got the letter about it, it told us some things about the city, so we could use it to design our flag. So I used a lot of the information from the sheet.
The Safe Drive Stays Alive roadshow are in Southampton today to educate people on the importance of safe driving through performances and personal experiences. We spoke to a speaker at the event who lost her son in a car accident about why she chooses to participate in these events.
The main thing for me is to keep Josh's memory alive and to save young people's lives, because maybe if the driver of the car that he was in had come to this, then maybe he wouldn't have been driving as fast as he was driving. And just to raise awareness, to educate potential drivers, young drivers, about the consequences of dangerous driving. It's hard, it's really hard, but in a really strange way, it's quite cathartic. In a weird way, it's quite healing. The way that we do it here, it has to have an impact to make people cry, to make them, realise that actually this is what happens. This can happen. And I never ever thought it would happen to us. I was just one of those people that say, bad things don't happen like that, but they do, and it can happen to anyone.
Saints' national colours have been painted onto an Albion Tower block in Southampton, but some locals are not happy about the revamp.
At the moment it's not Saints colours, it is burnt orange and a grey-white. We were hoping that it was an undercoat, but apparently I've asked the council and it isn't. This is its permanent colour. And I think the Saints are going to take the mickey out of us around here, really.
MPs have chosen to vote against including animal sentience into the EU withdrawal bill. The government voted that animals are unable to feel pain and emotions, angering animal rights activists. We spoke to animal rights activist Charlotte Waller about how she feels about the vote.
I believe they are being heard, they have consciousness, and obviously I do believe that they do feel like pain and hunger and anger and happiness the same way as us, but obviously they show it in different ways because they can't communicate in the same way as us. And we know that they actually experience it, because you can see in the way that these animals move and that they cry out that they are distressed by it. If the roles were to be reversed, if they were to have control over, say, what we couldn't do, it would just seem silly.
Sport and Hampshire's James Vince marked his Ashes cricket debut with the stunning 83 in Brisbane. His maiden Test 50 helped England 196 for 4 at the close of day 1. That's all from us today. You can find out all our stories and more at solentjournalism.co.uk. We'll be back in 2018.